Good evening and welcome back. This is Act 2 of Session 22. Somehow our party of heroes have survived a fight that I think quite a few of us thought we weren't going to survive. Some of us are badly hurting, some of us are still poisoned, and Regali is wandering around, curiosity getting the better of her, just like her cats. And with that, I will turn it over to Dennis.
After smashing the altar for some strange reason, Regali,
Isn't that strange?
We were in the middle of combat. Like I was fighting. What's the deal?
and
Yeah.
she just decided to take a time out and kill some implements.
I am much better at killing them than actual enemies.
Good thing Orion is good at killing the actual enemies.
Oh, Ember and Frederick are pretty darn good at it too.
Regali, other than the homunculus diving underneath the altar and just kind of cowering there, this room that you're looking into here is cramped. It has 2 sets of bunk beds, so 4 beds total. There's a small writing table and several stools. A single torch casts a light across the room from a sconce from between the beds above the desk.
Do these look like Kenku type beds or like people type beds?
Like people type beds.
Okay, so the cultists' quarters.
Yeah,
And as you
go
look
ahead, Max.
around this corner here, you see that there are pegs driven into the walls, and there's decorative swords, 5 of them. There are cloaks, 4 of them. And then there's like this pile of musty, dirty laundry and bed linen.
I'll ignore the laundry.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'll inspect the cloaks. Is there anything in pockets or?
Rummaging through pockets, you come up with nothing but lint. The swords look ceremonial, almost as if they were made on the cheap and very quickly, except for one.
I'd like to look more closely at that one sword, please.
Okay, so this blade is very thin. It's got a pommel and a hilt. In the pommel is a red ruby, and you can see through it.
Ooh,
The hilt only protects, it comes out and it will protect just your finger as you're holding it.
okay.
Otherwise, it's a thin blade until it gets to the end where it kind of diamond shapes out, and it's sharp on both edges. And then I would say a third of the way up from the hilt on the blade starts this wrapping of this orange-red material that seems to move on its own, and it looks exactly like a flame, except it doesn't give off any heat, and you can put your hands through it and it won't, get hot or scorch or melt anything like hairs on your finger or knuckles. And so, yeah, but
I'd like to pick it up and give it a wave.
it is excruciatingly sharp. So be careful.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Okay. This doesn't seem to be the kind of weapon that anyone would want to take into battle. Seems a little flimsy. Describe to me how you're swishing this thing around.
Have you ever seen a color guard person when they like
Mhm.
spin a flag in a circle? So I'm going to like, you know, kind of whoosh up and about in front of me.
Okay.
See if anything happens.
Um, I think I have to. As you move the sword, the flames kind of leave a trail. And it's a really nice, cool effect.
Cool. Pretty.
There is no scabbard,
Okay.
and you get the sense that you don't want to put the sword down.
Okay, then I won't. I will carry it with me.
Okay. It has become
Precious.
it has become precious to you.
Oh,
There is
no.
a room
It's the
if you go
precious.
east, but at this point I should ask the boys what they're doing. You ransack everybody's pockets, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you have 48 gold and 7 platinum.
Okay.
Let's see. You also have their robes if you want them. Their holy symbols if you want them.
Okay.
They're all made of wood. You
Frederick
have a
wants to smash them.
You have a
Ember
s-
would like to burn them,
Hello.
but first she would like to try befriending the homunculus.
you have a scroll of scorching ray.
Ooh.
You have a scroll of web. You have a spell book. Anybody
It's
read?
flammable.
Anybody read spell book?
None of us
let's
use the
see.
spellbook.
Dagger, short swords times 2. And a potion of gaseous form. Gaseous form, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Which is what the faceless one was about to drink when you killed him.
Oh,
You should have
Now we
drank
know.
it before running. The fool.
wouldn't have worked if he had drank it within 10 feet of me.
Oh, right.
Good point.
Surprise!
Let me check and see if this still exists in 5e.
Probably in some form. Whatever it is.
If it doesn't, I say house rule.
Unless it's Thaco, and then forget it. Get it out of there.
Vorpal brass knuckles. While we are looting these corpses, I'm gonna look at my buddy Frederick and say, I need a rest.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
We all do, but someone has run ahead.
It is a small vial. It has, somebody has drawn an arrow complete with fletchings and a broadhead, and then a circle and a line through it. Make of that what you will. And I'm sorry, you were doing what to somebody? What?
I'm looking at Frederick and Ember, and I'm just like, I need a rest. I'm hurting. Let's go find Regali and find a place to hole up for at least a little while.
Sounds good to me.
Are you going to take his mask off?
Yes. Okay.
Which is why you came up empty when you grabbed for his hair. To the east, Regali, is a room. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
All right. So you have water barrels. You have
Okay.
dried fruits and dried vegetables and dried mushrooms. Then you have a bunch of like furniture. It's almost as if he was getting ready to set up some kind of seating arrangement area.
Huh.
Okay, so if you stumbled into the basement of any Christian Reformed Baptist church, you would see a bunch of folding tables and chairs because that's how they do.
I've
You
been
get
in
the
this
sense
room.
that yes.
I resist the urge to start helping set up, and instead turn back to let Ember know that there's actual food that isn't dead enemies in that room.
Ooh, food?
Hopefully it's not cursed. Is this, you said the homunculus is made of stone?
Clay.
Clay.
He's a construct.
I'll have Ild wander over to it and see if, 'cause I think Ild would be the least threatening of us all.
The being made of fire is the least threatening.
To something made of clay.
No, he's going to stay. Regali, would you like to search anything in particular?
Yeah, I do want to check out the beds underneath the mattresses, under the pillow, inside the pillowcases, type of things. Anything stashed.
Oh. No. Nothing really. The only thing really cool in here was that sword.
That's okay with it.
Frederick
I'm okay with that. It's the phrase.
and Orion, did you put your puck away?
Yes, I did.
Thank you, because
I
I was kind
will-
of trapped in this corner up until you put that away.
I will
No.
yell at them again to stay away from these pillars.
Inspiration to anyone who knows why the homunculus is so scared. You get one guess.
Is it because Regali was smashing pots and things?
Nope.
Was
Because he was next to be fed to a pillar.
Anybody else?
Ironically enough, he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was supposed to be delivered somewhere else. But
This
got
was my
shipped
day
here by
off.
accident.
Yeah.
I'm not even supposed to be here. It was my day off. Meanwhile, back in the Orion and Frederick room, what do I want to do to?
Wait, was he scared of the cats?
No, he wasn't scared of the cats.
Okay.
All right. So in this, gosh, there's no other way to put it than it's a lab. And this guy's been experimenting on some pretty evil things.
is that why the homunculus is scared?
No. Two long wooden tables dominate this chamber. They run the north and south of it. Pushed up against the opposite walls, they're covered with a variety of beakers, alchemical tools, and other alchemy devices. It's somebody was definitely doing the potion thing here. A few glass containers bubble with materials of a variety of colors, from boiling green sludge to a fizzing effervescent blue liquid. Several bookshelves filled with tomes occupy one section of the wall. Besides the shelves stands an intact human skeleton. Also, scattered around are a few glistening organs, a heart, a set of lungs, a liver. They all writhe and pulse within the skeleton's rib cage.
Oh.
In the middle of the chamber stands a large black iron cauldron with a thick layer of wax sealing it shut. This is a lovely lab of evil.
It even
You can
has a
s-
sign, the lovely lab of evil.
You can see the lobes on the lungs inflating.
Oh, I'll kind of
Creepy.
nudge Frederick. So what do you make of that?
Good. Are there any books or papers and stuff, notes found?
Yes, scattered around are a bunch of notes and things that he's working on, formulas, but something does catch your eye. And
Do you think the fixed one built his own body?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, if their plan was to bring the three gods back, was this going to be an
Need somewhere to put
avatar
it.
for one of them?
Or maybe all three formed into one.
Yeah.
Ugh. Creepy.
I was just thinking garden variety, immortality, transfer your consciousness into a body, build another body, so on and so forth. Rinse, repeat.
The skeleton with the lungs in it, does it have eyeballs?
no, it has a liver,
Okay.
it has a set of working lungs and a working heart. And then there are tubes connecting it.
I don't know about you, but kind of want to just destroy everything in here. That's my initial reaction.
I don't disagree with your initial reaction. Before you do that, you want to look quickly to see if there's anything written down that's of value, because
Yeah.
I
Try
have
to
no help
understand
there.
what all this is. I'll look through some of these notes, try to figure out what kind of is going on here, and if there's any hint to what I could do to disrupt it in the most efficient way possible.
Okay. You find 6 garnets. You find 52 gold pieces in a drawer contained within a sack.
But not the ball sack.
I forgot about that.
Oh, this part.
And sitting on top of a book that looks to be the oldest thing that you've ever seen in here is a scroll tied together with a little bit of linen. Would you like to open it?
I
Not
think
in this
so.
room.
So the scroll tied with linen. I'll kind of hold it up and I'll look at Frederick. Said, "You think we should open this?"
Probably not in here. I don't know if we want to be close to all this weird stuff. Who knows what could be in there? It could be all sorts of stuff.
You're probably right. And then I'll poke the wax covering the cauldron. So what do you think's in there?
Skin
You think so?
for the skeleton. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll take my dagger out and pry a little bit of the wax off to see if I can see what's in the cauldron.
Frederick does know a thing or two about resurrections.
It'll be okay. Even if the thing does arise, it'll come back blind.
I've got the Sears eyeballs. I
yeah.
could always put them in.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Why do you have the Sears eyeballs?
He took them, remember?
Well, why? Of course he has the Sears eyeballs.
if the faceless one had survived and was going to say, I'm not going to talk to you, death first, I would have thrown the eyeballs at him and said, yeah, your buddy Vasir said the same thing.
Even though that's not at all what he said.
Well, he wouldn't know that.
Yeah, this year actually did want to talk to us for
Yeah.
more than we wanted.
No,
Oh my gosh,
more
it was
than
so
Regali
annoying.
Why do
wanted.
you think we took the eye?
Ah,
All
I'm
right,
sorry, guys. I just couldn't handle him.
DC Constitution saving throw.
Oh, poopies. Hang on a second. 14.
Hey, don't poke an evil cauldron.
Frederick.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Me too.
It's a saving throw, so you don't have to do
Use
that at
any charisma or
disadvantage.
Constitution? Oh yeah. Well, it wouldn't. 3.
You're already poisoned. So.
You retch, and
Oh.
whatever's left in your stomach is now spilling out onto the floor.
Oh, hey,
Does he feel better from the
a little
poison
bit
now?
better. The poison. I don't know.
Inside the cauldron is a mixture of chemicals and human organs,
Oh,
or at least it seems like it's human.
Ugh.
is the
Ugh.
is the skeleton hung up by something, or can we take it down?
No, you could take it down quite easily. It's hung there by tiny strips of wire.
Okay. You know what, Frederick? Let's get this thing out of here. I think when we walked by, I think I saw Regali in some type of room. Let's go find her, find Ember, and hole up for at least a short rest because you and I both need it. And I say that we throw this skeleton thing towards one of those weird columns with the hands and let them destroy it.
Ooh, what we could do is each take a part of it and give it to each one another.
Guys, what are you doing back there? It smells terrible.
So we'll grab the skeleton and we'll walk out and throw parts of the skeleton towards the column. Do the columns seem interested in a skeleton?
No, but they will grab it trying to get to you.
Oh.
So dexterity saving throw from whoever's attempting this.
That would be a 19. Na 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 boo boo.
All right, that's disgusting, and I told you to stay away from those.
I will march down to where Regali is.
Yeah. Well, I'll kind of head
Oh,
down there.
can I just ask the homunculus why it's afraid? And remember, I do have a babblefish.
Oh yeah.
You do, and he is so scared he doesn't want to talk. So you try a variety of different languages that you know, but none of them seem to avail him of his cool little hiding spot.
Okay, well, we're gonna be in there taking a break and eating dinner if you want some. Oh.
Seeing the
Oh, yeah,
bed,
guys.
I will flop down on one of them. And I will give them the Reader's Digest version of what we found in there as I lay on the bed. And then I'm going to say, I don't want to move for an hour.
And Ember will go to where Gali said there was real food and start preparing a nice meal for everyone.
Lovely.
All right. Everyone game for a short rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we make it a
very
long
much so.
rest?
I don't know, can we? Because we took a long rest before we came in here. Can
Why
we
would
take-
that mean we can take one now?
I don't know. Are we that tired? I mean, if we can take a long rest, I'm game for a long rest. I do have a question for Dennis though. The floor, is it stone?
Let me check for you. White, almost alabaster, 1 foot by 1 foot square tiles.
Okay.
The altar is made of basalt, seemed to have been carved from the rocks.
If I peel up one of the tiles on the floor, what's
No.
underneath it?
You wouldn't be able to.
Okay, never mind then. I was hoping there'd be sand so that Ember could mold earth and seal us off while we take a rest.
Well, there's these crates and barrels all over inside that other room. Maybe we can just stack them up in front of each of the entrances.
I like that.
Well, are we able to tell what all of the entrances are? Or do some of them just look like walls that we can't tell are secret doors?
Correct.
Yeah.
There's no way for you
Just in
guys.
hallways.
There's no way for you guys to know secret door from wall
Right.
without A, believing, and B, wanting it.
Wanting it.
Well,
But we can at
Might
least
might assume that the hallways that go to nothing might be secret entrances though.
So there's like three one little one, which seems to have laundry and stuff in it, but three possible entrances. So maybe just bar off that area around the beds.
yeah, we can at least barricade the one regular known entrance by the altar, and then put some makeshift stuff where we think there might be secret entrances, so that we can be a little easy, rest easy while we hang out for a while.
So who's gonna use hit die?
Well, if we are taking a short rest, then I will, unless we are taking a long rest.
Same.
Same as well.
So are we
So-
doing short or long?
There's no other way to put this. You can't take a long rest.
Okay.
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 You have killed everything in this dungeon with the 3 temples, or anything that needed killing. And yeah, so
Okay. I am going to burn 3 of my 4 hit die during this short rest.
Well,
Be-
actually,
before you do,
What?
I'd like to play Song of Rest during the short rest, so you'll get an extra D6.
Okay.
and I am also making us food as well, so you get an extra, I think D6 as well. Let me quick double check that.
Do those stack or not? I thought we decided those didn't stack.
I think
Well,
they would
temporary
because
hit
they both
points
just
for-
say an additional.
So Dennis, can we add Song of Rest and Ember's equivalent of Song of Rest together? Or can they
hold
only
on.
do one at a time?
hold
That's
on, let me
Jeff
look it
that
up. I
does
let me finish this one thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that tiny little scroll while you guys are sitting around. How do you want it? In the chat to everyone. The secrets of this page are most holy. Know ye heretics who invade them, that the countenance of our great Lord is upon you. If you read this, Theldrick, you have either slain me or doomed our cause, or the time is nigh for our final victory. He who sleeps in the pool is awakened. At last the riddle of this... Whoops.
Is
At
it supposed
last-
to replace?
Yeah, the riddle of this place is solved. In ages past, our great Lord, known as Christus, rose above the petty warlords who fought and struggled for material gain. Mighty Christus is the herald of the over-God. Soon he will sound the clarion call to the faithful. The three sundered face shall be made whole. The undead agents spotted must be located and captured. If they bear the worms of our great Lord, then they perhaps hold the final answer to our work and all of our research. The Ebon aspect stirs within the pool, but it is still not ready to emerge. Perhaps a traumatic event could awaken it. But even then, it will only attain a minor form. The way of the Ebon triad speaks of danger of awakening the aspect too soon, and our work will be for naught. We must find the worms and the undead hosts that carry them. If they are not here, then we must send agents to the rift. If Crisis himself or his agents cannot shepherd in the age of worms, then we shall do it ourselves so that the Overgod may live. Our course is clear, my dear Theldrick. Smenk is no longer useful to us and must die. Kill him and send agents to the Mist Marsh across the southern hills. I believe that we will find what we're looking for there among the lizard folk. Summon more of your warriors. If the calculations and portents are correct, the time for covert action is at an end. As the age of worms begins, we must strike hard and fast to prepare for the coming Overgod. Of course, dear Theldrick, if you were so rash as to slay my followers and I, then you soon shall join me in the afterlife. Doubtless your treachery has already stirred the Overgod. Our mission has failed and you will die at his hands.
Well, that was very ominous.
Guys really like their worms.
Anybody want to go check out the Black Pool?
Yeah, we probably should do that after our quick rest.
Oh, that's right. You guys are short resting, is that right?
Yes.
All right.
You were going to tell us if Ember and I could both do our thing at the same
All right.
time.
What is Ember's thing called?
It is the chef feat from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
The food allows a creature to regain an extra 1d8 hit points after using hit dice to regain hit points. Okay. And then what is Regalia's?
Song of Rest.
Which is a bard feature.
I got it at second level.
Essentially the same.
It says basically exactly the same thing.
If you are friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending one or more hit dice, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points. So it's like Ember and I are doing dinner in a show.
Then I'm going to say yes, those would stack.
Yes.
Cool.
I don't see why not.
Then I'm at full from just spending one hit die.
You're talking about two different magics from two different sources. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they both say additional, so.
Well, that's awfully handy, guys.
Yeah.
That means after spending 2 hit die, I am back up to 35 hit points.
Well, I spent 2 hit die and I'm up to 22.
Plus my 5 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah, and I think you can also spend another 10 minutes to make more snacks if we want those before we head out again.
Well, your other problem is that Frederick is still poisoned.
Yeah,
So I'm
that.
gonna go away after an hour.
Can I make a medicine check to see if there's a way we can help him with that?
Good idea.
Medicine check is not going to help with a poisoned condition.
Well, but it might give Ember a clue as to how to help him.
I don't see how, but sure, go ahead and roll it.
I mean, it's medicine. That's a 13.
Be something like, oh, it's, if I give him some concentrated charcoal,
He's
that'll
poisoned.
fix it.
All
No
right,
idea what the antidote is.
Frederick's temporary hit points are gone, right?
No, your
But they've
temporary
After a
hit,
long rest.
temporary hit points go away at the end of a long rest.
Okay. So you still have them.
Yep.
Yeah, and it would take me another hour to make more snacks. So,
Okay.
but
So
they only give a couple. So,
Orion, how much did you heal?
I am at 35 hit points plus 5 temporary hit points.
Regali, how much did you heal?
I am at 22 out of my 24 hit points.
Frederick,
I'm back up to, so I got 28 hit points plus the 5 temporary hit points that I still have for a total of 33.
Hey, Frederick, what
Yeah.
about that rod thing? If you were to hold that rod thing, does that do anything for you in your poison?
Ooh.
Or if you were to, I don't know, ask the Raven Queen for some help.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to make Frederick hold the white kitten. Did that do anything?
Hold on
I
one
just
second.
pick it up and put it in his arms.
Ember, what did you heal?
I am back to full.
Okay. And Ild?
Oh, I forgot about Ild.
Doesn't
Oh,
Ild
he
go
he
away?
goes away after an hour, anyways.
Yeah, he
But,
goes away.
Oh, does he? Okay.
but I do regain my ability to summon him. So
Right.
effectively, he's back to full.
What was I just about to look up?
I was being
The
handed a
white-
kitten.
The white kitten,
Oh,
does it
that's
does
right.
it affect Frederick's poisoned state as he looks
Where
at this?
is...
Home the cat.
Just hold it by the scruff of the neck. Huh?
Oh, one hand just like it's belly in there. What do you want me to do with this?
Okay, so Frederick, do you want the good news or the bad news?
And hold on to that thought as we end Act 2 because we're at the 51-minute mark and we'll start recording in just a moment.